And we go over to spring, which is right
Right.
now, which is the wood, right?
Yes, good job.
Okay, good.
Yeah. So this is rebirth, right? So
Mm,
if, one association with the water in the winter is death.
mm-hmm.
So if you think about plants, right? Like everything kind of dies, the grass dies, everything. And now it's coming back to life in spring.
Ah, okay.
So it's like rebirth, a lot of also winter can be a little more stagnating because there's a lot of rest. So
Mm,
now we need to start getting some movement. We need to
mm,
clear, cleanse, purge. This is a
mm,
spring cleaning has deep roots, in like
mm,
that concept. And it's so powerful. The state of your home reflects the state of your mind. Our
mm.
surroundings affect us. So in the winter, we get all cozy and kind of bear down. And
Yeah,
now we get to clear and open up, open the windows, open the door, clean the windows,
right,
clean the floor, get rid of all the clothes that are cluttering you. And
right.
now we get to start eating more fresh things. It's a great time to do juicing and things like that.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yeah, okay, got it. And then this is sadly for me, I'm having a lot of allergies. So this is also a time for during that rebirth and opening comes a whole bunch of allergies. So what are some of the treatments that you offer to help balance the
Right.
energies of the spring?
Okay. 1 second. So this is pretty specific. So let's
Okay.
see if I can keep it simple. Can you see that?
Yes, wow. So I see four circles, and I'm assuming that those circles, and then I see, the
Well,
sides.
movements. Okay. So this is one way to balance somebody in the season. And
Okay.
I learned about the balance method from Dr. Richard Tan.
Mm-hmm.
And he showed us how the seasons correlate with your acupuncture meridians and points.
Mm,
So even in traditional Chinese medicine in school, we learned that each of the points from the not each of the points, but there are 5 points on every channel related to an element. So the
mm,
channel itself has an element, but then 5 of these special points also have an element.
okay, got it.
And so trying not to overcomplicate things. But there are ways to help use, you can see those little lines.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yes.
every element, every season has a gua, like a
Mm-hmm.
ba gua is a
Mm-hmm.
term,
Yes.
means the 8 guas.
Yes.
So we use this to map. So each channel has its own gua identity, and each
Mm-hmm.
season has its own gua identity. And
Mm-hmm.
when we sync the channel with the season, we can literally help the body get into real time.
So what's a gua?
Right, good. I know this is kind of complicated. It's literally like a name, right? So there's
Mm-hmm.
all these lines, and a solid line means yang, and a broken line means yin. And
Mm-hmm.
so each of the channels and each of the elements have these 6 lines stacked together
Mm-hmm.
that basically are a word. They're explaining to us what that channel is, and it relates to those
Mm.
points. So if you put a needle in a point that's a broken line, it becomes a solid line. So
Ah.
so if you do these channels the way he taught us, which he's a brilliant man. He sadly passed away this time last year.
Oh,
So it's yeah, tragic for the whole, I mean for the world for sure. He's a
yeah.
wonderful person. And brilliant.
Yeah.
So and he was an engineer before he was an acupuncturist. So the way he explains things is just it really resonates with me.
Right.
So, but so then when you take that a step further, and each of the channels has partner channels that
Mm-hmm.
connect.
Mm-hmm.
And so he helped me understand how the systems of connection. And then I drew these little circles, which are the clock. And so
Hmm.
each of those colors, like the green over here, those
Mm-hmm.
are a closed circuit. So this channel, this channel, this channel, and this channel all create a circuit. And the
Mm-hmm.
same thing, the purple is it's another one, the red is another one, and then each of these demonstrate wherever they're color coded, the like colors are
Mm-hmm.
a closed circuit.
Hmm.
So there are 12 closed circuits in total.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And
And are they changing during the day or is this is actually during a spring? We're looking at spring and we're
right,
looking at four circles that represent different times during that spring season or during a
okay,
day.
you're very smart, so you're taking it a little too far. So let's
Okay.
back up. This is a snapshot of the clock, and I'm using this simply to map the circuits.
Okay, got it.
So these circuits hold all the time.
Mm.
100% of the time. You
Mm-hmm.
have these circuits that if we use all four channels in this, we're creating a flow that creates
Mm.
a figure eight in the body, and it's
Oh.
connecting. So now the points we choose within that circuit relate to the season.
Mm. Okay, got it. Cool. Very cool. Okay, got
And
it.
just because it's a lot to calculate, I made a cheat sheet.
Yes, no, it is super complicated to look at. All right, and what are those other three circles to the left of that one circle represent?
All of the circles are showing the circuit, like all of these circles are mapping out all 12 of the circuits. So now you have the front of the body, the side of the body, and the back. So all of the
Ah.
orange circuits relate
Oh.
relate to the front of the body. All of the yellow ones relate to the side, and then the pink ones relate to the back. So I
Ah.
just organize it. So
Okay, got it.
orange ones relate to all of the orange ones here.
I
All
see.
of the yellow ones relate to the yellow here. All of the pink relate to the pink here. And then these don't quite fit that pattern. So they're
Right,
just,
no, I get it. So then basically this is kind of because he's an engineer, he's mapped out like what you need to do during the spring system so that your system is sort of it's almost like maintenance. I think of like, when you go into getting your car maintained, there's
mhm.
this, you've got to replace the hose, you need to get the oil change, you need to have like check your tires, all these different things. It seems like every season has one of these cheat sheets, that right? Is that every season has these one of these sheets that go with it so that you as a practitioner can then go and
Well,
apply the points.
to be totally honest, I made the sheet.
Okay,
So
no.
he taught me the systems and how they're related. So he
Ah,
four different ways. There's six different ways that all the
uh,
channels are connected. And because I personally I like images,
yes.
so what I wanted to do was see there's got to be patterns, right? Like it doesn't make
Mm,
sense that if there's 12 channels and they're all connected in these six systems that we're not going to see repetition. So
mm,
I played around with the clock, and that's my way of understanding it simply. It's
ah,
putting it onto the clock, and then he taught us how to use those guas and convert it. And so again, and he showed us how to create those closed circuits. So this is kind of me compiling everything I've learned from him
that's lovely.
about the seasons and put it into one sheet. So if somebody comes in with allergies,
Right.
this is a seasonal thing. The seasonal treatments are really effective at helping with the allergies.